Let's take a brief look at the most common architecture for Android applications, the ModelViewController Pattern. Most of the information in the following slides is taken from Chapter 2 of Android Programming, a Big Nerd Ranch Guide. The ModelViewController Pattern is a common architecture for many types of applications, not just mobile applications. In its simplest form, a user interacts with a view. In the case of Android, the view is effectively the screen, and the screen is made of view objects. For example, a button is a kind of view object. When the user presses the button, a message is sent to the controller. Typically, the controller is the activity associated with the current screen. The controller updates objects in the model and determines how the view will need to be updated as a result of those changes. For example, something on the current screen may have to change, or the current screen may have to be replaced with another screen. Note that activities, which are the controllers, are tied to a specific screen. So when the view changes significantly, the controller changes with it. The model component of the ModelViewController pattern not only holds the data of the application, but it also holds the business logic for the application, meaning it determines how that data can be manipulated. Model objects have no knowledge of the view, and in general, they should have little or no knowledge of the controller also. The idea is that you should be able to swap out one view controller pair for another, but still use the same model object. In Android applications, model classes are generally custom classes that you create to store and manipulate the data. Android has a lightweight database called SQLite that, when used, is part of the model component. The view component of the MVC pattern is what the user interacts with. In Android, just about everything the user interacts with on the screen ultimately inherits from the view class. There are many pre-built view objects like button and text boxes, but developers can also create their own view objects. The controller component of the MVC acts as an intermediary between the model and view components. It responds to events that are triggered by view objects, and it updates the data in the model. In Android, a controller is typically an activity, but it can also be a fragment, which is a kind of subactivity, or a service, which is like an activity that runs in the background.